You support Hamas, don't you? You support UNRWA and Hamas, don't you?
Sir,
Please.
I think it's exceptionally disappointing that you're looking at an Arab American witness before you and saying you support Hamas.
You know what's disappointing to me?
I do not support Hamas.
Bring yourself
I do
to
not
say
support Hamas
you don't
or
support UNRWA. You don't support Hamas. You don't.
I was very clear in my support for UNRWA.
Hezbollah, and you don't support Iran. You should hide your head in a bag.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's clip, I gotta set the stage for you, because this one is wild. We're watching Senator Kennedy go head-to-head with two witnesses at a Senate Judiciary hearing on anti-Semitism on college campuses. And look, I've watched a lot of these hearings, but Kennedy has this way of asking simple yes or no questions that just breaks people. He did it to the university presidents last year, and he's doing it again here. In this clip, he starts by getting a witness to admit, on the record, that Harvard, Berkeley, UCLA, and NYU all have this problem where students harass Jewish students under the banner of diversity and inclusion, and that the Biden administration has done absolutely nothing about it. Then he pivots to grilling the executive director of the Arab American Institute on whether she supports Hamas and Hezbollah, and things get tense fast. This is one of those moments where you're going to want to watch every second because the reactions on camera say just as much as the words. So let's get into the full clip first, then come back and break down everything that happened. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop a comment telling me who you think won this exchange before you even see my take. Let's watch.
Time has expired.
Deeply wrong, sir.
Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Rabbi, do you believe there are a substantial number of people at Harvard University who believe in diversity, equity, inclusion, and the right to harass Jews?
I do.
That's a yes?
Yes.
And do you believe those people have acted on their self-anointed right to harass Jews?
Yes.
And has the administration at Harvard University allowed that to happen?
Yes.
Is that true at University of California at Berkeley?
Yes.
How about UCLA?
Yes.
How about NYU?
Yes.
A lot of other universities too. Isn't that the case?
That is correct.
Now, Title VI says that if you receive federal money, you can't harass Jews. Isn't that true?
That is correct.
Has the Biden-Harris administration taken away the money of Harvard?
No.
How about Berkeley?
Nope.
How about UCLA?
No, sir.
How about NYU?
No.
They've just talked, haven't they?
That is correct.
Okay. Do you think this condoned behavior at these universities, this condoned belief at these universities, and let me state it again, they believe in diversity, equity, inclusion, and the right to harass Jews? It's what they believe. What you do is what you believe. Everything else is just cottage cheese. Do you think that is consistent with their mission as universities?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So above and beyond the question of money, it is the morality, the purpose of higher education in America, is it not?
That is correct.
Ms. Barry, you are the executive director of the Arab American Institute. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay. And according to your website, you're also, I'm going to quote here, a longtime Democratic Party activist who served as a member of the 2016 Democratic National Convention's Platform Standing Committee, close quote. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. You support Hamas, do you not?
Senator, oddly enough, I'm going to say thank you for that question because it demonstrates the purpose of our hearing today in a very
Let's start
effective
first
way.
with a yes or no.
Hamas is a foreign terrorist organization that I do not support, but you asking the executive director of the Arab American Institute that question very much puts the focus on the issue of hate in our country.
Well, I got your answer, and I appreciate it. What is the, you support Hezbollah too, don't you?
Again, I find this line of questioning extraordinarily disappointing,
Is that a
Senator.
no?
That
Or
you
a
have
yes?
you have Arab American constituents that you represent
is
in your
that
great state.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that, but my time's limited, and I apologize, but is that a yes or a no?
A yes or no question to do I support Hezbollah? The answer is I don't support violence, whether it's Hezbollah, Hamas, or any other entity that invokes
You
it.
can't
So
bring
no, sir.
yourself to say no, can you?
No, I can say no. I can say yes.
But
What
you
I can
haven't.
say is
You just
your
can't
line
make
of
yourself do
questioning.
it. Do you
Senator.
support or oppose Iran and their hatred of Jews?
Again, I'm going to emphasize Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, none of them is going to, this
you
discussion.
can't bring yourself to say no, can
Sir,
you?
I don't support.
It's real simple.
Excuse me. I'm going to,
Ian,
if I may, as a Muslim woman, sir, I'm going to tell you I do not support Iran. But what I will tell you is that this conversation.
I'm running out of time. I'm
Okay.
sorry. You called our decision to
Please.
cut funding. You called our decision to cut fund. Well, first, what's the United Nations Relief and Works Agency?
It's UNRWA, which is
Yeah.
the institution that exists to provide services and aid to the nearly 6 million Palestinian refugees.
And you called our decision to cut funding for them, quote, an incredible moral failure, close quote.
That is absolutely correct. But again, I would suggest that conversation
And
is about foreign policy.
We did that because 9 UNRWA staff members were fired for actually helping Hamas on October 7th. Isn't that the case?
I don't believe that that's correct in terms
Let
of.
me ask you one more
Please.
time. You support Hamas, don't you? You
Sir.
support UNRWA and Hamas, don't you?
Sir,
Please.
I think it's exceptionally disappointing that you're looking at an Arab American witness before you and saying you support Hamas.
You know what's disappointing to me?
I do not support
You can't
Hamas.
bring yourself
I do
to
not
say
support Hamas
You don't
or
support UNRWA. You don't support Hamas. You don't.
I was very
support
clear in my support for UNRWA.
Hezbollah, and you don't
I
support
oppose-
Iran. You should hide your head in a bag.
Your time has expired. Please, Ms. Berry, I'm going to allow you to respond to any one or all of those questions at this point.
Senator Durbin, thank you very much for holding this hearing and for elevating the issue of hate crime. It's regrettable that as I sit here, have experienced the very issue that we're attempting to deal with today. The introduction of foreign policy is not how we keep Arab Americans or Jewish Americans or Muslim Americans or Black people or Asian Americans, anybody safe. This has been regrettably a real disappointment, but very much an indication of the danger to our democratic institutions that we're in now. And I deeply regret that, and I do hope that my testimony today has been helpful to understanding the need to respond to hate.
Over the weekend, I went to a synagogue in my hometown of Springfield. There was a bar mitzvah for a dear friend of mine. I couldn't help but notice the security guards that were posted for this bar mitzvah. In addition, I went to a meeting where a dear friend of mine, a Jewish friend of mine in Chicago, she's been my friend and worked for me for 40 years, was almost in tears over the anti-Semitism that she has witnessed. She was wearing a Star of David around her neck. And she said, I do that because I won't give up. I won't give up. I thought about it for this hearing, but I also thought about Wadia, a 6-year-old boy. I have a 5-year-old granddaughter. I love her like life itself. I cannot imagine this poor little boy answering the door and losing his life because he's Palestinian. My God, we can't say those things that I've just said in the same sentence without some people saying, oh, you've just chosen sides. I'm not choosing sides here except for the side of, I hope, common decency and democracy. We've got to have this conversation. We've got to do it in a civilized manner. I regret some of the things that were said today at this hearing. But we are a free nation, and that's what happens in a democracy. As sad and as disquieting as it may be, that is part of it. The title of today's hearing was inspired by Dr. King's. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see Senator Blackburn. I was just concluding. Senator, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so let's talk about what just happened because that was a masterclass in cross-examination. The first part of that exchange, Kennedy basically builds a staircase and walks the witness right up it. Step 1, do these students believe in this stuff?
Yes.
Step 2, have they acted on it?
Yes.
Step 3, has the school allowed it?
Yes.
And he does this for 4 different schools back to back. By the time he gets to Title VI, the witness has already agreed to every single premise. There's no way out of the conclusion at that point. That's not a gotcha, that's just basic logic, and I think that's why it lands so hard. He's not putting words in anyone's mouth, he's letting the witness's own answers build the case. And can we talk about that line? What you do is what you believe, everything else is just cocktail chatter. That's the kind of line that gets clipped and goes viral for a reason. It's blunt, but it's true. You can say you value inclusion all day long, but if you're standing by while it turns into harassment, your actions are the real position, not the press release. Now, the second half, with Ms. Berry, this is where it gets uncomfortable to watch. Kennedy asks her directly if she supports Hamas, and she does answer no eventually, but watch how long it takes her to get there, and how much she wants to reframe the question instead of just answering it. Kennedy calls that out in real time. You can't bring yourself to say, no, can you? That's the moment right there. Whether or not you think it was fair to ask her, a private citizen, about her personal views on foreign terror groups, the hesitation is what people are going to remember. I do want to be straight with you all here because I always try to call it like I see it on this channel. Kennedy is making a jump connecting her personal advocacy work and party affiliations to an implied sympathy for these groups, and she never actually confirms that. She denies supporting Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran all 3 times when pushed. So when we're titling and thumbnailing this video, I want us to be careful about framing this as exposed or admit support, because she didn't admit that, she explicitly denied it. What she did do is dodge and deflect for a while before landing on a direct answer, and that hesitation is fair game to react to. Then Durbin comes in right after and tries to reframe the entire exchange as reckless and dangerous, comparing it to needing security guards at a bar mitzvah and grieving for a Palestinian child in the same breath. I get what he's going for emotionally, but it also felt like a deflection from the actual substance Kennedy raised, which is that these universities are allowing harassment and facing 0 consequences from the federal government. Durbin never really engages with that part. Bottom line, Kennedy comes into this hearing prepared. He asks tight, specific questions, and he doesn't let people wiggle out of a direct answer. That's exactly why clips like this keep circulating. Let me know in the comments who you think came out on top in this exchange, and I'll see you in the next one.